Welcome! And this is take two. Because the first take, for some reason, I just couldn't get it right. But it is what it is. Let's move on. This is probably going to be the first episode of the All Forfeit Pod where we just talk, man. Just talk and just be real. Because I feel like that's missing from this world, right? You know, you go on socials, and the biggest thing that you see is just people attacking each other back and forth. Who's fat, who's fit, who's this, or who's poor, who's this, who's rich, and just, putting other people into subcategories and just making people feel less than. But I feel like conversations where we're honest about growth, honest about the things that we experience in life, is what's truly missing from this world, For example, right now I'm in North Carolina, and I'm literally going to be going to New York for a month because my grandma died, and my parents have to go to Haiti, so therefore they can go to the funeral. I can't go because for some reason tickets to Haiti are fucking $2,000, bro. We can't even bring the kids. It's kind of like, what? But life happens, right? And the biggest thing that I have to do is to adjust my schedule, adjust my life, so I can help them a little bit. Because at the end of the day, if they're gonna go, I have two siblings back home. One's in high school, one's literally about to go to middle school, and they're gonna need somebody to watch over them. And that's Big Bro. So Big Bro's coming in town to make sure shit don't fucking stir up. No, seriously, no. But in all reality, life happens. We go through experiences, we learn, and we just have to go through it day by day and just be real with ourselves and actually connect with the people around us. Because at the end of the day, it's okay to take a step back to help family. At the end of the day, it's okay to pause a little bit, catch your breath, understand where you're at, and be grateful for the things that you have, and then you can move forward for more. But on social media, it's always, you have to be perfect, you have to be this, you have to keep doing that, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, bro, I'm tired of that shit. Can we just be real with each other? Shit ain't perfect. Some of you are going through a motherfucking storm right now. And you're like, fuck, I can't get through this shit. But guess what? Next week, you're going to look back at it and be like, damn, I went through it. I did it. And I'll give you an example, right? Weed, marijuana. A lot of you might smoke weed. And I'm not saying, hey, don't stop this, blah, blah, blah. I'm not judging. But what I will say is if you feel like it's holding you back in certain areas of your life, you should make the necessary adjustments to actually, try and stay away from it. And I'm one who actually stopped smoking this year. And I am so proud of myself for doing so. And the reason why I'm proud of myself for doing so is because I've always been the type of person that says, oh, it's not stopping me. Because I've been able to achieve a lot while still smoking. I've been able to do a lot while still smoking. But I asked myself another question. What could I do if I didn't? Who would I be if I didn't? Because if we're being honest, for the first 18 years of my life, I didn't smoke. And then for the following 6, 7, I smoked. Now what will happen if I do another 18 years no smoking as an adult? Who could I become? How much more can I learn? How much more time can I give myself towards my physical activity, my business, everything else in my life? So at the end of the day, what you need to understand is your experiences are what you need to be learning from and not what is on social media. And then based off of those experiences, ask yourself the personal questions, the integral questions that make you say, what would happen if I were to be that individual in this shape? Stop doing this. Ask yourself that question because that's really how we can grow and get better as human beings, right? And I'll give you another example. I was doing a client interview last week, right? And it was with my clients, and you can see it on my YouTube. He lost 63 pounds in 8 months. And he said something that fucking smacked me in the face. And excuse my language, but it really smacked me in the face. I was like, damn, bro, why you gotta say it like that? And what he said was, trying doesn't guarantee success. Just like me making this video doesn't guarantee you're gonna watch it. Doesn't guarantee anything. You might get 5 minutes in and be like, who the fuck is this dude? Get the fuck out of here. But it does guarantee a chance. It does guarantee one person watching it and that one person saying, shit, I've actually been asking myself, why am I still smoking? And I'm turning my 30s, my 40s. Why am I still doing it? He's right. What would I look like if I were to actually, do something a little different? What would it look like? And it's all just by trying something a little different. And that's one thing I want you to get away from that. It's that if you continue to try and just make little small micro changes to yourself, to who you are as you keep on trying, that's when you start, well, doing different things that lead to different results. That's when you really start to grow. Because growth, and again, I like to compare it to social media because social media tells you that growth is hard work. Keep doing this, keep doing that. The more output, 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 output. But what if growth is more of an input and what you can change internally to see better results? Right? Let's say food. A lot of people struggle with food when it comes to health and fitness. But what you don't realize is you're going to eat. As a human being, you're going to eat. You can either do two things. You can either A, continue to eat, continue to overeat, continue to binge eat, and keep complaining about it. Or two, you can make some changes to your breakfast. And instead of going to McDonald's, you actually make 3 eggs, 2 pieces of turkey bacon. And you start your day with a high protein breakfast. And that could change everything. Literally. And it was all by making one adjustment. One. Not your entire life. One. And it wasn't external. It was internal. You change one routine, one habit, and it will lead to a different result. How do I know that will lead to a different result? Because that's one thing I always talk about my clients with. It's if you start your day with no food, no duh you're going to snack for lunch. No duh you're going to binge eat at night. You're starting your day with absolutely nothing in your system. And for most of you, you work, take a snack here and there. Work, take a snack here and there. And then you go home, keep on snacking. That's what happens. But if you start your day with something a little bit more solid, something higher protein, you feel more satisfied. It makes you think a little differently. Because you're like, oh shit, I'm still full, bro. And it's 11. Damn, that's new. And then 1 p.m. comes around. All right, I'm actually hungry now. You know what? Let's get some Chipotle today. Just by making that small micro change. It just changed your decision making. It just changed the way you just think about food overall. And then once you have that Chipotle, and let's say your goal is trying to lose weight, you get half the carbs, and by half the carbs, I mean instead of 2 scoops of rice, you're like, hey, just give me 1, all right? Appreciate you. And then from there on, guess what? You go to you go to dinner. And dinner is usually pretty healthy for most of you. Most of you, your dinners are usually like pretty balanced in protein and carbs. It's just the morning and afternoon that usually screws you up. And now it puts you in a position where you're in a caloric deficit, you are eating healthy, you didn't make hard decisions. It was easy, small micro changes that you can consistently do every single day. And in a year from now, you're like, shit, I look good. And it was all from just one change. And it was all because you did the internal work. You did the internal work. You did the internal work because that's really what life is about. It's what can you do internally that will give you a different external result. And most of the time that external result does not come fast. Hell no. Shit. For me this year I thought, I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to just become this fucking genius. Nah, bro. For 2 months that shit made me feel... I was about to say a word. That I'm not gonna say. For 2 months it made me feel stupid, and my body was just like, bro, come on man. And I just had to keep fighting it and keep fighting it and keep fighting it and keep fighting it. And now whenever I feel that urge, I try to be creative. Like this right here. I felt the urge. I'm like, man, fuck that. Let's just turn on the camera and just be you, talk and shit. I might talk for 10, 20 minutes, and here's the thing. I might not even upload it. No, I will. But you know what I mean, though. So it's about, again, doing the internal work to see some different results, right? Because that's really what life is about, man. That's really what it's about. Truly. So one thing I challenge you to do this week, man. Look in. Stop looking out. Look in. And remember, you don't really need anybody else's permission to do so. You don't. You just need your own. Like, if you tell yourself, if I stop smoking, but it's all around me, that's just an excuse, brother. That's an excuse. Yes, what if all your friends smoke? Doesn't mean you have to. So let's say you were given $500,000. and it was the most money you've ever gotten in your life, and all your friends weren't giving anything, and let's say you give them all 5K, 10K, cool, and they all blow it, are you gonna keep giving them money? Or are you gonna be like, bro, I gave you 10K and you just blew it in a week? Yeah, but like, just give me 10 more and I promise you I'll start a business with it. You must be crazy. That's not your issue. That's not your problem. You did the most you can. So when it comes to your friends, if they smoke, doesn't mean you have to smoke too. Because that's not their issue. Just because it's within your environment doesn't mean you become your environment. You can be different in your environment. Like, for example, when I first started like training about 10 years ago, everybody was always asking me, bro, why are you always in the gym, always eating healthy? Oh, he's bringing his meal prep, this and that. And I'm not gonna lie, I lost a lot of fucking friends. A lot, bro. Because the minute I started working on myself, that's the minute people started saying, yeah, bro, you're weird. Weird for just taking care of me. Weird for saying, I'm just gonna start hitting the gym and start being a healthier version of myself. Like, literally. Oh, you're weird, bro. Ugh. All those people now are trying to work out and get healthy. Some of them are even trainers now. They ain't weird no more. Because you're looking in the mirror, you feel the same way I did 8, 10 years ago, and now you want to get shit started. And that's just a fact. What you do, positive or negative, will bleed into your environment. So if you become the one that changes things up, it might bleed to the others. It may not be immediately, but it will over time. It 1000% will over time. I promise you. I promise you. Let's see what else we could talk about here. And yes, I got my handy dandy notebook because at the end of the day, this is my first one and I got some notes, man. I got some notes. Oh yeah. This one. Consistency. You've heard that one before, right? It's true. In order to achieve anything, you gotta stay consistent. But one thing I've also realized too, it's that for the things that we want, you gotta be willing to give it 1 month. I mean, not 1 month, more than 1 month, right? And I bring this up because a few days ago I was on a call with a prospect, and she's been skinny fat her entire life, and she said, "Yeah, I usually just give it 1 month." I'm like, so you've been skinny fat your entire life, and you always give it 1 month for change to actually, like, to see results? She's like, yeah. I'm like, think about that again. Does that make sense to you? She's like, no. You guys got to give things more time. If you stop smoking, let's say for a week, doesn't mean your life, you'll magically get rich next week because you have some clarity for 1 week. Doesn't work that way. And even if you start working out today, doesn't mean you're going to see results in a month. Doesn't necessarily work that way. But if you consistently keep showing up, like I said in the beginning, it gives you a chance. And that's what you want to do, is give yourself the chance to be able to put yourself in the position that you want to be. So therefore you can create your dream life. You can create your dream world in reality. But if you consistently say, yeah, I'm going to do this, because a lot of you are consistently inconsistent. Because you say you're going to do one thing and you do it for a month, 2 months. You don't see the results right away, and you reset. And then it's back in January. I got to restart this again. Damn it. But if you stay consistent for the entire year, what would happen? You'll never know, because you keep stopping. You're consistently inconsistent. So remember, just because, and here's the thing, I'm not saying you have to be perfect. No. Perfection doesn't exist. In fitness and business and everything in life, perfection does not exist, and you will never be perfect. And if you strive to be, you're just going to lead yourself into a fucking garbage can and burn out. Absolutely. There's no such thing as perfect. But if you start today, let's say reset tomorrow, start again the following day, and continue moving forward, and let's say you mess up after 40 days of just staying consistent, be willing to pick it back up. Be willing to show yourself that you're willing to persevere. For me, the reason why I feel great, I feel good about stopping smoking this year is because I've been trying to stop smoking for fucking 4 years. Like, literally. Like, come on, let's be honest with each other. Some of you have been trying to stop smoking for your entire life. And then it just stressful week, and then your brain turns on autopilot, and you're already rolling it up. You're already pulling the tobacco on there. You're rolling your spliff, and boom, bada bang, done. But what if you stay consistent for those 2, 3, 4 years? Who would you become? And again, the answer is we don't know. And I'm not trying to say you have to focus on that answer. You have to focus on, being this perfect person. No. But if it's truly something that you want to stop, be willing to figure it out over time. Be willing to go through the ups and downs of trying to change your life, to be able to, I don't like to say manifest, but yes, to be able to manifest the life that you want. Because I hate when people say, yeah, bro, just write it down every fucking day. You're going to manifest your life just by writing it down. Yeah, that's it. How about the action steps? How about me actually doing what I said I was going to do? That's important as well, too. That's very important when it comes to this world. But yeah, man, I think that's really all I got to talk about today. It's just that in this life, there's so much things going on, so much things that happen, and sometimes it's hard. And I get it, it's very hard, For me, like, ever since I moved out, bro, I felt lonely as a motherfucker. Yes, I have my fiance with me, but, like, I just felt lonely, bro. Just working on myself. Except for when I was in Boston, I ain't gonna lie. When I was in Boston, I met some cool-ass dudes. But everywhere else I've been, bro, nobody really wants to, like, mesh, talk, get together. Like, I'm in North Carolina right now. Every time I go and play ball and, try to meet some people, nobody shows up. People show up. It's just like they're all closed off and shy, don't really want to express themselves. While me, I'm out there doing my thing. But when I was in Boston, bro, that was easy because everybody plays ball outside there. I'm going to Rhode Island next, and it's going to be exciting to see what happens there and who I can meet there. Because for me, like, as I'm traveling, because my fiance is a travel nurse, and I work online, so I'm able to basically follow along with, most importantly, stay with her as she goes through her travel nursing journey, and I'm able to build myself as well, too. And through it gets lonely, bro. Especially as a guy, because as a guy, you want other guys to talk to. You want other guys to, laugh shit off. Because at the end of the day, that's the fun part of life, is when you can just laugh shit off, bro. You both had a bad day today, and you're like, it's alright, bro. We here for each other. Bang, you dap each other up, And that's one reason why I'm starting this. Is like, one of my main goals is to just build a community of guys where we just talk, gang. Talk, communicate, and just be real with each other. Not this fake shit online. Just be real with each other, man. But yeah, man. First episode in the books. 18 minutes. Damn. I talked for that long. It is what it is. It is what it is. 18 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Adios, kapow. Remember, stay consistent. Keep showing up for you. Dos.